Our friends over at Oaktree are looking really good right now. They're looking great with interest rates. Listen, when you're pricing out your non-QM and your qualified mortgages, there's a good chance you're going to find better rates, especially on your jumbos, when you talk to my friends at Oaktree. Fill out the information down below and have a conversation. And seriously, when you hear this next story, it's going to make more sense because when you look at non-QM rates, they're about to become QM rates. Now, am I serious about this? Is this even possible? Well, the answer is, you bet it is, and I can't believe it, but hell hath frozen over. And the statement that I just made is more likely to be made when politicians decide that they need to go in and start fixing things in housing. So here we are again, a whole bunch of stuff for the new year. First, and again, this one's big, the Treasury and the FHFA have taken key steps to get Fannie and Freddie out of conservatorship. It's the longest conservatorship in the history of the world, and they're doing it at exactly the, well, kind of wrong time. So what is the government going to do? Well, they're looking at taking stability off the table for our 30-year fixed rate loan. That's a big one. Here's a quote. The agreement restores the Treasury's previous right to consent to a release of the government-sponsored enterprises from conservatorship. In addition, under a separate side letter from the FHFA to the Treasury, FHFA will solicit public input before releasing the GSEs from conservatorship regarding the potential impact on the housing market and the GSEs. So this policy will equal higher rates, right? That's what everybody's been saying. Also, I mean, my God, isn't now the time to buy Fannie and Freddie stock, don't you think? So here's a graph, a history of how Fannie Mae's stock has performed. And well, let's just say if we get rid of the government preferred stock, one would think that that common stock might start looking a little bit more like that giant mountain in the middle of this graph. Because when did the stock slide? As bad as it looks to you right here, you got it, when the government went in to fix Fannie and Freddie the last time and took them over by creating a super stock. Second, this is affecting a lot of the western states and frankly is going to affect everybody who needs insurance. But California is mandating that the few remaining insurance companies left operating in the state start offering policies, mandating that they offer these policies to high fire risk prone areas. They got to do a total of 5% a year to all these high-risk areas until they cover 85% of all new policies. Now that's just great, isn't it? We've just given the rest of all the other insurance providers who are still here to leave the state, which doesn't matter because we have our state-run coverage. Government state of California policies that we had to have because we scared all the private ones out of here, which if that was working, we wouldn't need to twist the arms of the private insurers, but that's what we're doing. So then cover California, is it even working right now? You really have to ask, don't you? Put it this way, the massive Malibu fires that we just had, average cost to rebuild a house, $5.6 million. Max coverage allowable under the state of California, $3 million. Result? Well, you could probably go ahead and frame your Malibu mansion with your insurance policy, but good luck putting any sheetrock up. Look, this insurance policy, what we're doing with insurance all across the state, it's kind of like, well, it's like mandating insurance coverage for people who build homes in burn down areas. Mandating insurers cover people with multiple DUIs. So what happens to premiums? That's right, my friends, they go up. That is, if you can even get it in the first place. AB 2216, the common household pets cannot be prohibited from that rental property. So if you own a house and somebody has a common couple of pit bulls, they get to now keep them. Bravo. Bravo. AB 2747, that's the tenant rent payment credit reporting, which I thought was a good thing. Let's go ahead and get rents on credit reports. That is until you started reading the fine print, and the tenant can opt in or out of the reporting whenever they choose to. So let me see, in 6 months when it's summertime and I'm going to take a vacation and can't pay my rent, yeah, we're going to stop the reporting on that month. If we want to look at ADUs as a solution to our housing woes, then we have to ask ourselves this. When these original subdivisions were put up, did they have double the population density in mind prior to deciding that 10 years later, ADUs were a great idea? Because if not, parking, electricity, water, plumbing is all going to become an issue. It's what we refer to as unintended consequences. But listen, 2025 is going to be a great year. We're already seeing like a bump for spring. And spring is fantastic. It springs anew, and it's more fun than just at the zoo. I hope this helps you guys go out there and make it a great year. Make sure you talk to my friends over at Oaktree. They'll help you out. Bye.